And welcome back. We are here with the second game of the night for the Risen All Stars. We are here with the Dominate thing. I am here. I am Hypertension. I am here with Voodoo. How are you doing tonight, Voodoo?
I'm doing well. I'm ready to see some Aram. It's going to be a fiesta. It's going to be crazy back and forth, all sorts of madness going on. I mean, are these the picks that you think that you were expecting to see?
I mean, it is Aram, so I don't know really what I expected. But I will have to say, though, that the right side, I'm not sure which side is the right one, unfortunately, because things kind of started before we could really get our bearings on this. So it's not very good. I say it's not very secure from what I can tell. Ice is the right side. They have the stronger composition, but they also only have one damage source type. Then again, so does the blue side here of, let's say, of fire. What we're seeing is a lot of poke from ice, a lot of engage from fire.
Right. Yeah. I think Ice is. I mean, they've got the AOE ults down. They've got the Fiddle ult. They've got the Zyra ult. They've got the Nivea, the Ziggs. I mean, those ultimates, if they can be timed, that's just devastating. That right there is enough to back anybody off of any tower.
Yeah, and they have so much wave clear too. The biggest thing about the side of ice is that they have so much wave clear and poke. A lot of ARAM is the early game. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be ARAM, but still, I'm a color caster. Let me analyze, baby. That's my job. And also on the blue side, let's say Fire's composition has so much engage, and we have two snowballs. I'm surprised I don't see a snowball with Isthmus on the Wukong, because Wukong is great with snowball because you can just go in, immediately hit Cyclone, and just take out so many people. But there's a lot of wombo on the side of, I'll say, on the side of fire. There's a lot of poke on the side of ice.
Right. I think the reason the Wukong doesn't have the snowballs, they realize that somebody on their team has to have the exhaust for whenever that Fiddlesticks comes in with his ultimate. Otherwise, he'll get a pentakill too easily. They have to have an exhaust to make sure that his damage is toned down whenever that time comes.
Yeah, that's probably in addition. There, we do have a situation of there's a lot of engage for, like I said, for the side of fire. So you really have to have something to prevent a lot of return damage. There's a lot of peel, a lot of AoE zoning damage from the side of ice. Honestly, if I saw that composition opposite me in ARAM with as much ARAM as I play, I would be scared and I would be like, why didn't I get Ziggs? Come on, I want Ziggs.
Right. Yeah. The only thing I really see going as far as an ARAM style comp for me for Fire is that Brand seems good. He seems to fit the pattern that we see on Ice's team with the Zyra, the Fiddle, and Anivia and Ziggs. Brand basically fits in. He's just on the wrong team here. Whereas the Jarvan would better go with the Engage. So I think it's an attempt from both sides to try to filter into both aspects, the Engage and the kite back AoE ultimates. But overall, I think Ice just has a much better composition here.
I mean, don't forget they weren't allowed to pick the champions; these are completely randomly assigned. Let's just hope, and I think they were allowed to trade. I don't think they were allowed to reroll. So these are the comps that they have. This is what they are stuck with. Sorry, but I say if you got stuck with a champion that you stink at, well, you're about out of luck. Like if I got Riven, I would be completely out of luck because I am a terrible Riven.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking of that. It's ARAM, but I don't play ARAM myself, so I forgot the all random aspect of it. But these are all great players here. This is all stars. I'm sure that we'll see some fabulous gameplay, even if these are not their regular choices.
Are you kidding me? This is going to be a clown fiesta.
I'm sure there'll be some moments of it, but we'll just have to load into the Howling Abyss, not the Rift, as we might normally say, but into the Howling Abyss and see how things go.
Yeah, I would say right here, like I said, I'm calling it early game. I'm going to pick the side of Ice to win. They have so much early game damage. They've got so much range and so much ability to disengage with how much damage they have. Also, they have Zyra. They have Ziggs, both of whom are strong right now. They have Jarvan, who wasn't able to see the masteries quite yet, but Jarvan is really good at being able to lock a bunch of these people down, especially the Brand. The Brand must be the target if you're the side of Ice. If you're the side of Fire, good luck picking a target. There's a lot of them.
Right, I agree there. If you're on the side of Fire, really, your target is not Jarvan. That's what you're going for. Your Jarvan's who you ignore. I mean, you just let Jarvan sit there and destroy your Brand while you instead go for all of those AP mages sitting in the backline for Ice. So I'm going to have to agree with you. Ice does seem to have the much stronger composition here. But we'll see if they can execute it appropriately and see if they can pull out a win with it.
Yes, one thing I will note though is the level of mastery on each champion heavily favors the side of fire. They're much more comfortable with these champions than are their counterparts on ice. And as we load on to the abyss, we are going to start introducing the things. Why don't you start with the blue side, my friend?
Sure. On the blue side, we have Isthmus, who would normally be our top laner. I guess not, since it's all stars. But Isthmus will be playing Wukong. Then we have Shady Gecko 13 on his Renekton, and then we have Aranda Joe on Riven. It's PK Eater on Brand, and Rejected. I don't even know how to say
Rejected-y, I believe.
Rejected-y on Fiora. Thank you for the help there, Hyper.
No problem. And on the... Ooh! I can't even finish the introduction before crap starts going.
Those Zyra's plants are doing work already. I mean, Renekton's down to 75% HP, and they've all... I mean, the side of Ice has already established strong brush control, and that Fiddle's just sucking the life back out, and it's appearing to not really go Fire's way, which is what we expected. They're just getting out-poked already.
So they really are, and I'm going to really quickly do the red side. I would say we have it's the afternoon on the Anivia. We have Tango Autismo on the Fiddlesticks. We have a King's Land on the Zyra, Fire Drake on the Jarvan, and Hobbs on the Ziggs. Now, I'll say what we should be looking for here is sort of or an engage.
Oh, right, yeah, that Anivia lands the stun, and the Renekton's not back, then that's first blood to Ziggs. We've already got him rolling in the Fiddlesticks while he's gone down to low health. He's the one member who will be able to heal that up with impunity, and Riven's looking to gain a little farm right here. Fiora's perhaps trying to heal back up, but man, that was a solid first blood on the side of Team Ice.
Yeah, I say they have to win the early game if they want to be able to win this, just because of how much poke and damage there is in the early game for their composition. They have 4 comets, I believe, so that's one thing you really have to look at. I think the only person... No, they have 3 comets. Zyra took Electrocute.
That's very true, and something else that's key to note here is where Fire has so much engage on their composition, that Anivia wall is going to be huge, because if they can use Anivia wall and the Jarvan Cataclysm to stop that engage, I mean, there's just no way for Fire to win if that happens. As we see right there, with the Anivia landing the wall, the Fiora, I mean, she took quite a bit of poke there trying to get past it.
Yeah, one thing I will note, though, is that the Renekton took Grasp of the Undying, which I think is a very poor rune choice for this map. I think Press the Attack would have been a much better Renekton rune in Aram.
I have to agree. I don't think he'll be able to proc Grasp near enough, and not sound like a broken record, but we're just seeing it from the side of Ice here. This poke is absolutely destroying them. I mean, Brand, their one ranged champion, is already sitting out of mana, and I mean, the Zyra is just outranging him and outpoking him, and I mean, he's just seeming to really have a hard time. And the Fiora, she has marks on everybody, but she can't get in to do damage, and we just see instead the Fiddle Silence just taking all of Team Fire down low.
So yeah, you really have to watch out for all of that damage coming out, just because of how much poke there is. I mean, I'm not really sure what there's much of me to do here. I think this would be one of those that really a one-person play-by-play cast could work. But I imagine that they have me here for some reason. So with that, I guess you can look for Fire to try and make some massive engage, maybe some really big Riven stun off of a snowball, but Pektar.
Right, yeah. And we see the Brand having to burn his flash there as the Zyra lands her root. And you were mentioning that we're going to see some good engage. I think really Team Fire is going to have to wait for level 6 to do that, though. They really need the ultimates of the Wukong and the Brand to be able to do much in a team fight.
Yeah, the Pyroclasm and the Cyclone, 2 very powerful ultimates here.
Absolutely.
They're just massive abilities to CC and then damage out in teams. It just can change up a team fight. But there's also massive ultimates from the side. Oh, fights.
Right. Oh, Zyra lands that stun, and the Anivia wall there proves crucial. And oh my goodness, Riven is just taken down with no chance to return any fire at all. I mean, as we see, Ice is all sitting above 75% HP, and the Zyra root lands again in the snowball, but she parries, and oh, they get a return kill on the Fiddlesticks. That was amazing. Wukong manages to get out with his invisibility. Well played by the side of Team Fire to at least be able to get 1 kill back to the 3 of Team Ice.
Yeah, and we're seeing Rando Joe going back and kind of just going to be denied.
Right, yeah, he's just struggling so much to get in right now. Perhaps once he gets that ultimate, he'll have his own form of poke. And the Jarvan, very very unwisely decides to go in there. While they pick up a return kill in Fiora, I still think that was a bad call. The Wukong had the exhaust ready for him, and from there was just not much he could do. It was very over-aggressive on Jarvan's part.
He did have about 2,000 gold to spend.
That's true. He was probably looking for the death there. We see the brand passive pop.
Oh, you okay? All right, I think my co-caster has lost his mic, and I'll just continue. See, Rando Joe goes down there to the Jarvan. Shady Gecko being engaged on. It's afternoon, going off on Anivia, just like Anivia's doing. Aram Rejectly applying the ultimate there, but that Fiddlestick's ultimate is dealing damage. But Autismo goes down, and Rejectly's going to fall shortly after. This is chaos in this game. So there's really not much to really do otherwise. It's just so chaotic. Voodoo, have you come back yet? All right, it looks like I'm here alone for a bit. Technical difficulties. Oh, hey, there he is.
Oh, I'm sorry there. I had a disconnect there. Yeah, sorry. I'll be back now. Sorry for that interruption. It seems that we've had lots of kills though in my short absence there, and the Wukong now is going aggressive against Zyra, but that Ziggs is just poking him down right now, so it doesn't look like he'll be able to get much off of it. But we're sitting to a score of 6-9 in advantage of Team Ice, but right now Team Fire does have the push, so I mean that's good for them, right? Right, Hyper?
It is good for them a little bit. There is a little bit much wave clear on the side of Team Ice to really set up. Oh, but I think he has Cyclone here. No, he doesn't.
And Desirous just deleted. And, that is the power right there of Team Fire. And, Isthmus appears to be going down, but he's got that annoying... Oh, no, he's just down. Well, right now we have 10-7. Oh, and that Fiddle, it's a Fiddle... Oh, it does not reach Fiora. Ooh, that's a narrow escape for Rejecticity there. I mean, barely escaping that Fiddle E. That would have proved crucial. And Jarvan's looking for the final poke there with his flag, but does not appear as if he will drag in and look for a Cataclysm.
Do not forget to push forward on your client as well.
Yeah, I forgot to do that.
No, you're all right, man. I was saying we Rejectly. Ooh, more kills over to the side of Ice. It's just not going well for Fire, and the fact that they're just getting poked out so far beforehand. We have an 0-3 Riven. The only person who's doing well here is Isthmus, and he's going to go in.
Right, yeah, he's looking, but it doesn't. He's not going to get the engage he wants, and that Fiddle's sitting low for Team Ice, but he's just waiting for the creeps to be able to heal back up. He's gonna hit full HP if he can get that W off on that cannon minion, and there he goes. He's just healing back all of that HP, and the Zyra root lands, proving crucial. It appears as if a Hex Drinker was popped for the Renekton, or no, that's not a Hex Drinker. He's just tanky. And there's the Wukong ultimate coming in now, and it's doing absolute work, but are they able to get out? Oh, they're able to take down the Anivia, and that Riven ult comes through doing some good damage. Here comes Renekton now on the snowball, and he's going to pick up Zyra, and that Cataclysm locks him down under turret. Oh, but Renekton is not able to get out. That Fiddle's sitting there trying to heal back up, but it is not enough. And overall, I mean, that right there is just the fiesta of Aram.
Yeah, it really is. Just there's not even really much to analyze. It's just fiesta after fiesta. I mean, coming into this game, we talked about it's like, we could actually see good games. These are some high elo players, and I was like, dude, no, this is Aram. This is just going to be absolute meme-worthy clown fiesta insanity, and that's what it is. That's what we're seeing. I would say we're at 25 kills. It's 8.5 minutes from what I've told. It's not as many as the other one. As apparently at the other game, there was about 25 kills at about 6 minutes.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So it appears as if we relatively have a slow game. And I don't know what this... Yeah, I don't know what Wukong was hoping to accomplish there. He must be wanting to spend his gold. It's the only reasonable projection there for why he would dive in right there. And the Zyra root lands, and Fiora's just deleted. Her riposte blocks only one ability, and it was not the route that it was needed for.
Yeah, but it was able to pick up Hobbs on the other side, so that is the Ziggs down for another 10 seconds at this point.
That's true, but notably Ziggs was able to get his ultimate off at least to wave clear prior to his death. So it's good that Fire was able to get a return kill, but at least they got the Ziggs ult, and so they're going to be able to use it off the cooldown again when it's up.
Yeah, I would say right now what Fire should be looking to do is just capitalize off of those snowballs, off the Riven stuns, off of the Wukong ultimates, Renekton stuns. Just capitalize off of your CC, follow up with the Pyroclasm and the Grand Challenge, and just try not to get any more behind than you are, because right now there's not much you can really do.
Right. This Anivia is just providing so much zone control. And I mean, the Wukong's managed to get in. He's actually doing work, but the Cataclysm's going to lock him down. And it appears as if Wukong, Brand all go down. Now the Jarvan and the Fiddle follow suit too. Fiora and Renekton running away. Renekton's got that dominance to keep him alive though. And Ziggs is just looking to poke him back. And I don't know what Fiora's doing going forward. That Anivia wall's just going to trap her forward. That's another pickup for Team Ice.
Yeah, I would say just good decision making here from Ice. I would say it's Aram, so there's not really much you can do if you're Fire. But again, I was saying this is like, I sound like a broken record at this point. But again, it's Aram. There's not much I can do. It's like analyzing a troll comp. There's not much really to analyze here.
But I will say, with all this happening, we have to look at the towers. Both towers are still relatively healthy. Neither team, I mean, the Team Ice's or Team Fire's, excuse me, is rather lower than Team Ice's, but still, it's healthy enough that they're going to be able to keep defending this for a long time. We're going to have to wait for those death timers to get much longer. And there comes the Zyra ultimate with the Anivia ultimate. And we're just dead. Fiora just had no shot there. I mean, what should Fiora do to counter that?
I say there's not much you really can do. You can riposte, and that's about it. And also, here's where the Ziggs will come in handy. He just gets to blow up this tower now.
Absolutely, and I mean, the Riven's looking for an engage, but that Anivia wall just stops it right where it is. The Fiddlesticks ultimate just doing work. I mean, there's just really nothing they can. But that Brand passive. But Fiddle already has his Zonias, or is that his last tower? I mean, so disappointing. Able to get Zyra on the back end of that, but they were able to get the tower, which is the main objective of Team Ice. Yeah, and right now the Cyclone's already back up off of cooldown. It looks like they got the Anivia passive and they got Ziggs, and now they've killed Anivia as well. So hopefully, actually, Team Fire is going to look to try to get a push and a tower off of this.
Yeah, I say they should be able to get that first tower off of this.
That's a clean
help. I was saying the second tower off of it. And the thing is, though, that they didn't have the minion wave there. So they might not actually be able to get this tower because of the fact that Zyra will have the wave clear. And she might be able to pick up Shady Gecko or pick up Reject Blade.
No, yeah, I don't know what that Zyra was doing walking forward. Her wave clear isn't good enough to completely wave clear when 4 members are there all looking to dive you. And so Team Fire is going to pick up an easy tower. Now Riven's going forward, but that fear from the Fiddle is going to do work. And the Cataclysm comes down as well as the Psychoplasm from Brandon. Oh my goodness, Renekton and Fiora getting out with such low health, but the Jarvan goes down as well as the Wukong, and right now that Brand is doing work on the Fiddlesticks, but the Snowball lands and he decides to take it in. I don't know what he's thinking. Renekton flashes out, and Ziggs is not able to get any cleanup kills on that. I do not know what Fiddlesticks was taking.
Froggen?
Right, you would think so. I mean, this Anivia is doing well, but I don't know what that... we Renekton's looking for an engage here. Is he going to get on the... he's not able to get on the Anivia. That heal is not enough off of his Q, and he goes down quite easily.
I think you're behind.
I just fast-forwarded.
Weird. Either way, like I said, this is Aram, so it doesn't really matter.
And the Wukong goes down right there as well, and the riposte does not keep Fiora alive. Now we have Jarvan going forward. He's got that Titanic doing work on the Riven there, and he's even looking to turret dive. It looks like Team Ice are wanting to put a quick close on this.
They really have to, because as soon as you start to get that magic resist for the side of Team Fire, it's really gonna stop this sort of push that they're able to do because of how much magic resist magic damage they have.
Right, and right now we have that Brand ultimate coming down. The turret shot, it looks like, is actually going to take the Jarvan down. Well played from the side of Team Fire to be able to pick up a kill, and the kills are close. It's just that Team Ice has so many more ranged auto attackers, and as well as the Ziggs, that they're able to get these towers so much easier.
Yeah, but Isthmus.
Yeah, that Renekton's, the Wukong's looking to go in, but he is just completely squishy. This is a lethality Wukong. There's no Black Cleaver, there's no Hexdrinker, and the Ziggs ultimate for a double kill. Oh my goodness, Hobbs is doing work, and that's a triple kill, and Fiddlesticks now coming in. He's got the Fury, he's got the Silence. Riven can't do anything. That's a quadra kill. Renekton with the Dominus looking to fly away, but the Snowball lands. He goes in, he's tower diving, flashes away. He gets out with the Siphon. They are not able to kill the Renekton, but they're looking to get the tower. They're looking to close out the game if they can. But Renekton lands the Snowball. He's going in. He's CC chain. He's able to pick up Fiddlesticks, but will they get the return kill? And it appears as if they will not. The Ziggs, he's flashing forward. Can he get him?
Penta?
His face. Oh no, there's a shutdown on the Ziggs. He went too far forward. He used his flash aggressively, and that's the punishment you get against this comp. If you're against melee assassins and you use your flash offensively, there's just not much defense you have.
Yeah, I would say Shady Gecko being a total scumbag by not giving over the penta when his teammates spawn. That is like rule 1 of ARAM. If the enemy team has a chance to get a penta and your teammate's about to spawn and can stop them, you give that man the penta.
Yeah, that's not really BM, but it's just we would have preferred to see the penta. I don't know. Anyhow,
but yeah, it's the afternoon. Just clearing all these waves with that glacial storm. So
right.
many buildings with
the Wukong goes in, and that Zyra's just deleted. That's the power of lethality right there. That Wukong and the Brand ultimates powered together, and Team Ice are retreating. They use that Ziggs almost defensively, and the Cataclysm comes down, but Fiora picks up a double kill. Is that going to be a triple? No, triple kill. Oh my goodness. She's wanting to almost match the power of Ziggs over here. And Renekton's proxying the wave while they push. Man, this is actually a really good push from Team Fire. How much do you think they're going to be able to get off of this?
They can at least get the inhibitor.
What is Shady Gecko doing?
Trying to execute.
Yeah.
Which he's barely got.
Right. See, I thought they could end there, so I was very confused. But I guess he's just wanting to not pass over that gold on death. And there comes the Zyra. Oh, the Zyra ultimate does not do much, and the Leandry's burn's ticking down, but the Brand, he's got the ultimate, he's got the passive, and the snowball lands, the Anivia passive is popped rather, and that's a Hobbs kill on Riven, and the Anivia barely gets out with any HP. Will she be able to heal up off of anything? And
that's it.
And through all of that, the tower never went down for...
I'll say the inhibitor did go down, so it will be that, and Hobbs.
Oh, it appears as if I had a visual bug. Then I showed a tower up still on the side, so it appears as if I was experiencing a visual bug. But Team Ice are looking to push forward here. Anivia notably does not have passive, so she is low HP and will not be gaining any more than those health packs give. But there comes the zone control of the Anivia ultimate and wall. And Shady Gecko is very tanky, but the Zyra plus Anivia are doing major damage on him.
Yeah, Anivia is just doing so much in this fight. So you can look and see where all the kills are going. If they're not going to Jarvan, they're either going to Anivia or Hobbs down on that Ziggs. Just because Ziggs is a poke mage, so he's able to KS. I'll say he can do that. I'm a poke mage player myself, so all those kills that are supposed to be yours, nope, they're mine. They're us. If you're playing a poke mage, you have the right to KS whenever. I'm sorry, all you AD carry players, you don't get any kills.
Right, and it's worthy to note that Wukong has only just now picked up his first MR item in a Null Magic Mantle, and the Ziggs ult was used pretty questionably there, in my opinion. It looks like he was almost wanting to proxy the wave with it, so perhaps a good use, but it did not appear to do much damage as Fiora had riposte up, and there comes the Zonias from Fiddle already, and that Cyclone coming in from Wukong. They're looking to perhaps try to end the game off of this right here. Cataclysm comes in, but it doesn't do much, and there's a Zonia pop by Hobbs. Oh, but the Fiddle ult's coming in. That's doing work, but is it enough? And it doesn't appear so. Zyra lands the roof, but they're turret diving. They're going to kill her. That's a double kill for Brand. That's an ace, and I think that's going to be game. I mean, what do you think, Hyper?
I think that there will be maybe enough time, but it does look like how fast they are showing those towers.
I mean,
with how fast they're showing those towers, this game is over. GG, Team Fire won, despite having the worst early game comp. And you know what? Team Fire, you win ARAM. Good for you. You won the game prize on only fly play.
DMs there, executing in the fountain there at the end. So, I mean, good for them. They played well. I didn't think they had much of a chance, but full lethality Wukong was able to do work because he was able to pick up the Quicksilver Sash. So he was able to not get CC chained.
Yeah, and also there for that game,